Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here. It is a Sunday evening and all of my fantasy football players have played for the day, so I turned off the television. I thought I would break out some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight games and record a video. Now recently I put a poll on my YouTube channel asking who should I take up against Ronan. We have Ronan here on the table. I'm playing Ronan Standard today. And the poll was these 5 heroes right here. We've got the Spider Suit, Ironheart, Nebula, Spectrum, and She-Hulk. And so there were 45 votes that came in on my YouTube channel. And this is the breakdown here. We had 9% voted for Spectrum. We had 13% voted for Nebula. 22% voted for She-Hulk. 24% voted for Ironheart. So SPDR took the top vote with 31% of 45 votes. And so that's who I'm going to play with this evening. So I'll go ahead and scoop up these gals here, and we'll play those another day. All right, so I'll set those off to the side. So we're going to be playing with the Spider Suit. We'll put it in its alter ego form. We'll bring out Penny Parker. So I did build a Spider Suit deck recently that I thought might do okay against Ronan the Accuser. Of course, we know Ronan's pretty tough, so my chances of beating him are probably highly unlikely, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I like Spider Suits, one of my favorite heroes in the game, so I'm looking forward to playing that. So I'll bring in a dial of 14 hit points for Penny Parker, and Ronan begins with 14 hit points as well. He also begins with a toughness card, so let me grab one of those. And Ronan the Accuser has a forced interrupt. When Ronan the Accuser activates against you, give him one additional boost card if you control the Power Stone. So the setup for the main scheme on Ronan the Accuser reads that we first need to pick up our contents, which is Ronan the Accuser and the Power Stone, which we have right here. Also Ship Command. So I have the Milano here, so we'll be using the Milano. And also included the rest of Ship Command in the encounter deck. Also, it says one standard encounter set, so I got that in there. And one modular encounter set, Kree Militants. I decided to leave the Kree Militants out for now, and we would put in another dangerous woman in the galaxy, Mystique. So we're going to use the Mystique modular set. There's 5 cards. I've already shuffled 4 in. So I'll go ahead and shuffle Mystique into our encounter deck. And then we do have a little bit of setup. So Interception Imminent, the setup for this main scheme reads that we put the Kree command ship environment and the Milano support into play. So we have the Milano down here. We'll be using the Milano. The Kree command ship reads, and it has a hazard icon on it, so we'll be dealing an additional encounter card for Ronan the Accuser. It says, first player interrupt when a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck. Exhaust the Milano and spend 1 resource of any type. Cancel that card's when revealed effects. Okay, so when revealed effects are canceled. If we choose, we have to exhaust the Milano and spend a resource to do that. Okay, let's see what the rest of this says. It says, attach the universal weapon to Ronan. Okay, here's the universal weapon attached to Ronan the Accuser. He gains Stalwart, so he can't be stunned or confused. Hero action, take 2 damage and deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Shuffle universal weapon into the encounter deck. All right, scheme of 1 plus 1 attack. So that adds 2 to 2 plus additional boost cards. Wow. So Ronan's pretty tough. And let's read the rest of that. So attach the Power Stone to the first player. So here's the Power Stone. It's another +1/+1. And it says attach to the villain. Well, in this case, it tells us attach it to our hero. After hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to the attached character with a single attack, attach Power Stone to the attacking hero or villain. So Penny Parker's got a little additional hit and thwart. And so that is everything for Interception Imminent Side 1A. We flip over to side 1B. It shows that we need to start with 2 threat on it, and the text reads, first player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from the scheme. Okay. And so that's just a first player action, so that's an action I could take, exhaust it, to remove 3 threat from interception imminent. And we'll place those 2 threat on the main scheme to start. Threat's out at 7, so it has a low threat threshold, about like Rhino, but this guy's certainly a lot tougher than Rhino, so there's a chance that this could scheme out very quickly in the game. It's a little bit of a race. So, Penny Parker, she has a psychogenic compatibility. Setup, put Spider Suit into play, inactive side up. Maintenance, alter ego action, exhaust Spider Suit, and draw 2 cards. So we can exhaust that to draw 2 cards. She has a hand size of 4. The Milano says the first player controls the Milano resource, exhaust the Milano to generate a resource for any player. And of course we have the Power Stone attached to us. So we'll go ahead and drop our 4 cards to make up our hand size. And then we'll proceed from there. So we have Under Surveillance. So I decided to splash a little bit of Justice into a mostly basic deck today. Under Surveillance I thought would be a good card to include, and I'm glad I got it in my opening hand, because putting it on Interception Imminent would mean that we increase the target threat value of attached scheme by 4. That could be very helpful. All systems go, and we have Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Exhaust Aunt May and Uncle Ben and discard the top 2 cards of your deck. 3 cards instead. If you're in alter ego form, add each spider card, discard this away to your hand. So we for sure want to keep Aunt May around and Uncle Ben. And I for sure want to use the Under Surveillance. The rapid deployment is a hero action. Remove 3 threat from a scheme if you paid for this card using a resource generated by Spider Suit. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. So I might try to hang out in my alter ego form, because what we want to do is we want to try to build up the Penny Parker board state. So probably not rapid deployment. I'm not sure about All Systems Go. It does give us an action where we can ready each interface upgrade we control. We can search our deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade and add it to our hand and shuffle. That might be handy. We'll hang on to that. We'll draw 1 more card. And we draw the Web Fluid Compressor. That's an interface tech hero interrupt. When Spider Suit makes a basic attack, exhaust Web Fluid Compressor, it gets a +2 attack for that attack. So it's not a bad opening hand. I do think that we are going to try to get our 2 extra cards here to start off with. So we'll use her ability to exhaust the suit to draw 2 more cards. And we draw a Strength, and we draw another All Systems Go. Very handy. Now we are going to put out that Aunt May and Uncle Ben. We'll probably use our Milano to put that out, because it allows us to discard 3 cards in alter ego form and add each spider card, discard this way to our hand. So we will exhaust the Milano. We're going to put Aunt May and Uncle Ben into play. We'll exhaust Aunt May and Uncle Ben to draw 3 cards. We have Target Acquired, which is not, another Target Acquired, and Ejection Protocol. That is a spider card that we'll add to our hand. Discard Ejection Protocol, exhaust each interface upgrade we control. We don't have any out, so this is probably just going to end up being a resource here early in the game. And let's see what we can do with that. All right, now I did say that I wanted to put Under Surveillance on the table, and I do believe that's what I plan to do. Yep. Under Surveillance. So we'll spend Strength to put out Under Surveillance. And now that's going to make the threat threshold 11 on Interception Imminent. We spent our Strength to do that. Okay, All Systems Go. Choose ready each interface upgrade you control. Search your deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade. Add it to your hand. Well, I thought that we would not necessarily flip this early, but I may as well go ahead. So Spider Suit is going to flip, and Penny Parker is going to flip. Now she is, it says permanent. This card's printed text box cannot be treated as if it were blank. Forced interrupt, when you flip to this side, Spider Suit to its active side, attach this card to Spider Suit. Moving all counters on this card or cards attached to this card to Spider Suit. And over here it has the sync ratio, resource, exhaust, and interface upgrade you control to generate that upgrade's resource. So this is an interface upgrade now, and it has a resource. So I could exhaust it, and we could spend to play All Systems Go. To go find an interface upgrade. Search your deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade and add it to your hand. So let's look through our deck here and see if we can find a cheap interface upgrade. Here's one that costs 1. And here's one that costs 2. In an effort to try to get cards out, I think what I'll do is I'll play that Speed Metal Alloy, because it'll bump up our defense. So we can defend using Speed Metal Alloy. And I really think we're going to have to do that against Ronan a lot in this game. So while that may not always be the first upgrade I go to find, today it is. And we spent our All Systems Go. We spent our resource on our upgrade to go grab that card, and now we'll put it into play using Ejection Protocol. Yeah, so we'll put Speed Metal Alloy out. Advantage to Speed Metal Alloy now is that it's also an interface upgrade, and it has a resource on it that we can use. So now we can spend that resource and All Systems Go to put out our web fluid compressor. And I like that idea. Okay. So, not a bad startup to the game, but because I only drew 4 cards, but I was able to get out a good upgrade. I was able to get out another good upgrade. Got the Milano on the table. Already Spider Suit. Now, disadvantage is that we now only have a hand size of 3 on Spider Suit. So, we take a look at this card again. It says, when Spider Suit defends against an attack, exhaust Speed Metal Alloy, it gets +2 defense for that defense. So that'll make a Spider Suit defense of 4, which that could be handy. All right, so we're going to draw our hand size of 3. So we have Endurance. We draw Foiled. When a boost card is turned face up during a scheme activation, cancel its boost icons. I like that. And we have another Foiled. So that's our hand. 3 cards, 2 foils, but he's going to draw an additional boost card since we control the Power Stone, so we may be able to cancel quite a few boost icons for the activation. So I like that. So we're going to place 2 threat onto Interception Imminent. Brings it up to 4. Ronan the Accuser. When Ronan Accuser activates against you, give him 1 additional boost card if you control the Power Stone. We do, so here's his 2 boost cards. We'll reveal them one at a time. The first one is Single-Minded Fury. Attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. Okay, so it gets... and I was going to defend that, right? Because I was going to do this, right? So that was the whole purpose of putting this Speed Metal Alloy out, was to defend with our Spider Suit. So it's a defense of 4. So the Power Stone gets sent over to Ronan the Accuser. And then we have Kree Physiology. Give Ronan the Accuser a tough status card. This is the card, but this is his boost icon, so it's just 1. So he's going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So rather than toss my card for foiled, just to stop that 1 damage, yeah, I think I will. I think I'll just take the 1 damage. So sorry that was a little sloppy there. I should have declared him as a defender, but I think that you knew that that was my intention, was to try to defend this attack. So we'll hang on to our foiled card, Endurance. And then we draw 2 cards. 2 cards for the Kree command ship. So that's our the one that we would normally deal ourselves, and then we get an additional one because of the hazard icon on the Kree command ship. So here's our encounter cards. This one has a when revealed hero, Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 attack. So I think we're going to cancel the when revealed ability using the Milano, and we have to spend an additional resource to do that. So we'll spend one of those foiled cards. Yep. To take care of You Stand Accused. I'm going to deal myself that 1 damage from that attack earlier this round. So, and then our next card reads Blindside. When you are resolving this card, other players cannot help you. When revealed, choose one, exhaust a Milano, spend 2 fist resources, or stun the first player. You know what? I'll just go ahead and take the stun rather than spend 2 fist resources. Although I do have a fist resource here, I don't have any more. So yeah, I'll have to stun the first player. All right, the spider suit is stunned. All right. Well, we have endurance. There's not much we can do on this turn because we exhausted our suit. Speed metal alloy is exhausted. I can't ready just yet. So how about I can either use Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Discard top 2 cards of your deck. Top 3 if you are in alter ego form. Add each spider card, discard this way to your hand. I'll put that out there where you can see it. So I can either draw 2 cards by exhausting this now and possibly get something useful that I could put down in hero form, or flip over to my other side and draw and discard 3 cards. Well, it's not a guarantee anyway, so we'll just remain in hero form. So we'll go ahead and exhaust Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Discard 2 cards. The first one's Energy, and the next one is Spider-Man, so neither one is going to help out all that much. And so what can we do here? We could take 2 damage, deal yourself 1 face-down encounter card, shuffle Universal Weapon into the encounter deck. That would get rid of 1 scheme. I think I'll do that. I'm just going to go ahead and deal myself 2 damage, deal myself a face-down encounter card, and then we'll shuffle the Universal Weapon into the encounter deck. So our health is down to 11. I can use that web fluid compressor the resource for that. Well, I think I will. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the web fluid compressor, exhaust that to put endurance on the table. So that'll give me 3 more hit points. So I'm back up to full strength, and my hit threshold is now up to 17. So if I flip down to my Penny Parker side, I could recover for 4. That'll put me up to 17. And I'll just hang on to that foiled card because that will allow me to cancel boost icons during his activation, which I think we're going to have to do. So we'll hang on to foiled. We will end our turn. So we'll ready Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Ready our spider suit. Ready Penny. Ready her web fluid compressor. Speed metal alloy, and the endurance card. So we're just really trying to build up our board state here. So here's foiled. We'll draw 3 more cards. We have another under surveillance. We draw target acquired. That would be a good card to have in hero form. And we have Ironheart. Good. So those are our 4 cards going into our next round. So we'll place 2 threat on Interception Imminent. And he only draws 1 boost card because he has the Power Stone. So he's going to scheme for 2 plus 1 plus 3. Remember, we have foiled. When a boost card is turned face up during a scheme activation, cancel its boost icons. We're going to go ahead and interrupt to cancel those 3. So we'll place 3 threat onto Interception Imminent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Now I did place the 2 threat at the beginning of the turn, I hope, on there. Let's see. So 2, 2. This will be the 3rd turn, 2. 4th. Yeah, so 2 to start with, 2 on my last turn, 2 on this turn, and 3. I believe I put down the threat here at the beginning of the turn. Okay. And so now we're up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 is what we'll thread out. So I'll go ahead and draw my 2 more encounter cards. We have that initial one that I had on the table from before. It says Superior Tactics. The Power Stone cannot be unattached from Ronan the Accuser. When revealed, attach the Power Stone to Ronan the Accuser. If it's already attached to him, place 1 threat here. Okay, so it comes into play with 3 threat on it. And we cannot detach the Power Stone from Ronan the Accuser now. So Superior Tactics comes out. Next card is Shapeshifter Surprise. It says, when revealed, shuffle this card into your deck. This card gains Surge. Tell you what, let's do our Milano. Let's exhaust our Milano. And we'll also discard a resource under surveillance to cancel that treachery when revealed. So Shapeshifter Surprise is going to go into the discard pile. And 1 more card, and it is Mystique. She comes into play with toughness. Players cannot attack the villain. Mystique's scheme is equal to the villain's scheme, and her attack is equal to the villain's attack. So he has a lot of attack right now. All right. And she comes into play with toughness on her. I believe that's our only minion in the deck, so that's not terrible. Not great, not terrible. All right. So we will begin by our turn by exhausting Aunt May and Uncle Ben. I think so. We'll discard 3 cards. We got Web Trap, another Web Trap, and Nick Fury. Nick Fury's discarded, but the 2 Web Traps come into our hand. Deal 5 damage to an enemy if you paid for this card using a resource generated by Spider Suit Sync Ratio ability. Stun that enemy. That may not be terrible. All right, so those are our 2 cards. We'll go ahead and draw 2 more cards for our Spider Suit. So we'll exhaust Spider Suit, Draw 2 more. We got Cosmo, and we also draw Blade. All right, good. Full strength. So we will flip over to our hero form, to where we can start using resources from these 3 cards. So we've got Cosmo, Blade, Web Trap, Target Acquired, and Ironheart. So it's probably not likely that we'll use both of these web traps. Is that true? Deal 5 damage to an enemy if you paid for this? Well, we might. We might. That may be a way of getting rid of Mystique. So what if we spent a... Let's try this out. Let's try getting rid of Mystique. Oh, but you know what? We're stunned. So there's not much I can do because that's an attack. I can't deal the 5 damage to the enemy. If you paid for this using a resource generated by your sync, stun that enemy. So we may just be getting a lot of attack happening on this next turn. Let's see how we want to handle this. I could spend the Speed Metal Alloy and Spider, our pilot, to put out Ironheart, which will allow us to draw a card. So let's do that. And we draw Downtime. Ironheart is going to attack Mystique and knock that tough card off. Let's get rid of that tough card off of her. We've got to get rid of Mystique. So I could put Blade out. That web trap's tough. That's a tough one. I need to clear that stun card off of my spider suit. I think about how I want to do this. Because I'm also going to have to remove some threat off of here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 more on the next turn would, in fact, cause that to scheme out. So it would be good if I could get rid of one of those. How about if I were to put out Cosmo? I'll spend both the web traps to put out Cosmo. And Cosmo comes into play. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put Cosmo out. So he's going to attempt to thwart without taking damage. It says when Cosmo attacks or thwarts, name a card type, then discard the top card of a deck. If that card is a named type, Cosmo does not take consequential damage. So we'll go ahead and exhaust him to remove a threat off of Interception Imminent. And we'll call Treachery. And it is not a Treachery. So do we reveal it or do we discard it? Discard the top card of the deck. So he's going to take damage because we drew a side scheme. And I think we'll put Target Acquired out using our Web Fluid Compressor. Target Acquired on the table. It says after a boost card is turned face up, discard Target Acquired. Cancel that card's boost ability. So a little star boost ability can get canceled by Target Acquired. And then we'll spend 1 resource to put out Blade. And we'll just put Blade onto the table. That'll be our third ally is Blade. Sorry, we're getting a little off screen here. But this is a messy board state. A lot of stuff. I'll clean it up here in a minute. So we'll ready everything. Target Acquired, Web Fluid Compressor, and Endurance. Here's our pilot. Here is our suit. We'll ready Ironheart. So our suit is still stunned. Ready Ironheart. Ready the Milano. Ready Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Blade has not taken any actions, so there's no damage on him. Not that there would be, he'd be simply lost, because his force response is after Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to either spend a fist resource from your hand or discard Blade. I didn't have any resources to spend from my hand, so we're just going to leave Blade on the table just as support. End our turn by drawing 3 cards. So we draw Foiled, we draw Psychic Link, and we draw Lockjaw. Psychic Link. Good card. All right. So, begin Ronan's turn. I think I'm going to have to clean up some of this threat here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are up to 10. So I'll put 2 5s out. Make it easier to tell what's going on. Ronan, the accuser, is going to attack. Will I defend? I believe I will defend with myself or Ironheart. Let's defend with Ironheart. So he's going to attack for 1, 2, 3, and surge. It's not a surge, it's a 1. So 2, 3, 4 damage onto Ironheart, and Ironheart is defeated. Now Mystique's going to take a shot. So Mystique is going to attack. Let's see, why does she have damage on her? She should not have damage, right? Because all we did when we attacked her was we removed her tough card. So she didn't actually take damage, correct? I believe so. So Mystique is going to attack for 2 plus 1. Because he's plus 1 because of the Power Stone. So we'll take the 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 from Mystique. All right, we deal ourselves 2 encounter cards. The first encounter card reads Shadow of the Past. Do we want to get rid of Shadow of the Past? I think so. We'll just exhaust our Milano, which will cancel the Wind Revealed ability. We also have to spend 1 resource of any type. Spend 1 resource of any type. So let's spend Lockjaw. That's our resource we'll spend. To cancel Shadow of the Past, that's a good thing, I think. And then we also have You Stand Accused. Ronan the Accuser schemes, or in hero form, which we are, Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 attack. So he's at 2, 3, 4 because of this. And I think I will defend it. Yeah. Let's defend that guy. And we'll use our Speed Metal Alloy to do so. So he's going to attack us for 4. Or should we just let it go through? I could let it go through. It would drop me down to 10 health. I think rather than defend and use up... Yeah, I think rather than do that, we'll just we'll draw our boost, which is a 3. And I think we're going to play that Foiled when a boost card is turned face up during a scheme activation. Oh no, so it's not during a attack activation. It's only during a scheme activation. So he's going to hit me for 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to knock half my health off. Ooh, maybe I should have guarded that one. I haven't used Foiled. I can't remember last time I used Foiled as a card. I thought I would throw it in here to help out with the scheming. But I do stand accused, apparently, so it was better than, I believe, bringing Morbus out. Here's our here's what would have came out if we wouldn't have stopped it. A lot of shadows in that past. All right. Okay, so do I have a fist in my hand? I don't. We do have Aunt May, and Uncle Ben. Yeah. How about we... I think I'm going to put that Psychic Link out. We'll spend the foiled card. Let's do the Aunt May and Uncle Ben first, see what we get. Okay. Aunt May, Uncle Ben. Draw 2 cards. The Power in All of Us and Vivian. Neither one of these are going to do us any good. We can spend our Pilot and our Psychic Link, right? Or to put our Psychic Link out. When Spider Suit makes a basic a thwart, exhaust Psychic Link, it gets +2 thwart for that thwart. I like it. I'll put it on the table, and we'll go ahead and remove 4 threat using our suit. Four threat. Cosmo to attack or to remove threat. Cosmo to attack or remove threat. I think we'll try to remove threat from here. We'll remove 1 and we'll draw our treachery card. It is a treachery card. I'm always going to pick treachery cards because that's what's mainly in that deck. So no damage on Cosmo. Blade. Maybe we'll just use Blade for a blocker. I'm worried that if I flip down to alter ego form, it would be a terrible idea because we will thread out using Mystique and Ronan the Accuser. So I will stay in hero form another turn. Oh, I haven't got my spider yet. I need my little spider for my suit. To ready my suit. Okay, all this is readied. We'll draw up our 3 cards. So we draw Genius, and we draw the Power of All of Us, and we draw Rapid Deployment. Remove 3 threat from a scheme if you paid for this card using a resource generated by Spider Sync's sync ratio ability. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. That could be really handy going in the next round. We'll place 2 threat onto our main scheme. Ronan the Accuser is going to attack. Cosmo is going to jump out in front of it. He's going to absorb the damage. And we have additional 1. So 2, 3, 4 damage onto Cosmo. Knocks him out. And then Mystique's going to attack for 3. And how about she just simply attacks us for 3. 1, 2, 3. And that'll knock me down to 4. Deal ourselves 2 encounter cards. First encounter card reads, you stand accused. When revealed hero, Ronan the Accuser attacks you with +1 attack. I would like to cancel that using the Milano. For sure. So we'll do that, and we'll spend a resource. We'll spend the Spider Suit resource to do that. Yep. So that's canceled. And it doesn't have to come from our hand, right? It says, exhaust Milano, spend 1 resource of any type, cancel that card's when revealed effects. So we canceled using the suit resource there. And then our next one reads, fanaticism, surge, attached to Ronan the Accuser. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Boy, when he attacks you, that attack gains overkill and piercing. Remove 1 fury counter from here. So it also has a surge on it. So we'll deal ourselves another encounter card. Fanaticism, least favorite card in the whole Ronan deck. The next one reads, hinder 3, when revealed, place 3 threat here. Exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from the scheme. And it's got that icon there is an amplify icon. So it'll give him +1 to all of his boosts. So 1 + 3. All right, boosts aplenty. So we got in our hand, we got that rapid deployment. Remove 3 threat from a scheme if you paid for this card using a resource generated by Spider Suit's sync ratio ability. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. All right. Be good to get some threat off, wouldn't it? I think so. Let's begin with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Draw 2 cards. We got the Host Spider, finally. And we got Spider Command. That's another good one. Exhaust Spider Command and an interface upgrade. Draw 1 card. Exhaust Spider Command. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Ready an interface upgrade. Love it. All right, we can do some cleanup now. We got that rapid deployment. We got the Host Spider. If we use our Speed Metal Alloy, we'll use our Speed Metal Alloy and the Genius card to put out the Host Spider. Host Spider on the table. Exhaust Host Spider, ready your Spider Suit. Okay. We can use... we're going to use some resources here. We can put out Host Spider. So we can remove 4 threat using Spider Suit. And I think we'll do that. So we'll exhaust the Spider Suit, right? And the Psychic Link to remove 4 threat from the Colonnade here. So that's off the table. Colonnade's gone. And then we can spend... We definitely want to put the command out if we can. We can either use the Host Spider or we can use the Web Fluid Compressor. I think we'll use the Web Fluid Compressor to put out Spider Command, right? Okay, so when that's out on the table, it says exhaust Spider Command and interface upgrade to draw a card, or hero action, exhaust Spider Command, choose and discard 1 card from your hand to ready an interface upgrade. I think we will play the rapid deployment. Rapid deployment using the Host Spider. Gets rid of 3 threat from here and 3 threat from here. Or exhaust Spider Command, choose discard a card from your hand, ready an interface upgrade. It's kind of it's not really going to help us to do that necessarily, because it's going to be the same result in the end. So we'll go ahead and use this host spiders resource, and we'll use the power in all of us to play rapid deployment. So we will remove 3 threat off of superior tactics. It's defeated. And then we'll remove 3 threat from here. So it takes it from 7 down to 4. Getting rid of threat is important. Still stunned. Yeah. This will be handy for later, I hope. Mystique is still on the table. Has taken no damage so far. Neither has Ronan the Accuser. Sorry this is a long game, but it's what's going to take to take this guy down. Oh, I hate that fanaticism too. I just hate it. I hate fanaticism. Oh, and it came into play with attached to Ronan the Accuser uses 1 Fury counter plus 1 additional Fury counter. So we got to put the Fury counters on fanaticism. And then it says force interrupt when Ronan the Accuser attacks you. The attack gains overkill and piercing. At the end of the attack, remove 1 Fury counter from here. So we may just have to try to do our best to block with our speed metal alloy. Yep, unfortunately. And then Mystique is also going to attack, so this could be the end, my friend. So we'll draw 3 cards. Let's ready everything up here. Ready, ready, ready. Draw 3 cards. Machine Man, Plan B, and Venom. Nice. After Venom enters play, place 1 sim counter here for each resource generated by Spider Suit's sync ratio ability to pay for her. That would be nice. That would be a good card to be able to play next turn. Yep. Okay. Placing 2 threat on the main scheme. We'll just swap out the 1 for the 3. Now, Ronan the Accuser is going to attack me, and I think we will defend that using our speed metal alloy. So our defense is 4, which is what he generates. Okay, that's what he's going to naturally be able to kind of do with his attachments here. So he attacks me for 4. Nothing to cancel anything. No, nothing to cancel. No. And 0. So I take no damage. Now Mystique is going to attack. Oh, and he loses this. Nice. Get rid of that. Now Mystique's attack is now 4 because he has the +1. So attack is equal to the villain's attack. So I cannot take damage here. I'm going to have to get rid of Blade, unfortunately. Bye, Blade. All right, deal 2 cards. Here's our first one. And here's our second one. And counter cards. First one reads, Special Delivery. When revealed hero, you may exhaust the Milano. If you do not, the villain attacks you with +1 attack. Guess what I'm doing? Milano, you are exhausted yet again. Special Delivery. Next, we have an Assault. When revealed hero, the villain attacks you. I think that's the end. Is there anything I can do? Is there anything at all I can do? After a boost is turn face up, discard this card. I'm already exhausted. So he's going to attack me for at least 4, which is going to knock me all the way down to 0. So let's go ahead and draw the card. We'll draw it. It is Infiltration, so it's 5 damage. because of fanaticism, I'm dead. This one can just go away. I don't like the Surge. I wouldn't mind this card if I didn't have Surge on it, but I mean, it's a pretty good card. And I think there's 2 of them in this deck. At least. Fanaticism. Yep, there's another one. Yep, there's 2 in the deck. Those guys are brutal. I can pretty much handle a lot of the other stuff, but getting one of these out there, can't chump block on fanaticism because the overkill will knock you out. So that's it. That's it for me. I lost this challenge, so I would like to thank the community for issuing the challenge. Again, we had 45 votes, so that's 45 different folks who decided to chime in on this particular game. Thank you for doing so. I'm going to put another challenge out there, but I'm also going to be working on a few challenges from some of the community leaders. So we have the Critical Encounters podcast, who's put out a few challenges recently. I'd like to encourage you to go back and listen to their most recent podcast because it's giving us some challenges on the hood. And then also Marvel Champions Monthly. They're starting to put out challenges to the community again, so I may try tackling one of those. But Ronan, he had my number tonight. If there's something that you saw that I did incorrectly, let me know. I didn't do any damage to him, and I didn't necessarily do any damage to Mystique. And I may have made some mistakes throughout the game. So if there is anything that you picked out that I messed up on, any rules that I bent either in my favor or against me, please leave that in the comment down below too. But thank you for watching today. Unfortunately, I didn't do as well as I did in fantasy football today, but that's the way it goes sometimes, and that's why we play the game, right? If we won all the time, it wouldn't be fun. So thanks for watching, and I hope to bring you another video again very soon.